Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the video here on the channel. Now today we're on Forza Horizon 5. As you can see, Series 6 has arrived, Horizon Customs, bringing the Honda and SX RGT for the 80 point reward, and the 160 reward is the number 2 Ford GT40. We're in the summer, which is the first of the 4 seasons, the rewards for which are the Ascari KZ1R and the Jaguar CX-75. Obviously, we've got all our weekly challenges like the trial, some event labs, some playground games, Forzathon weekly, some PR stunts, championships, photo challenges, Horizon Open stuff, collectibles, monthly rivals, which obviously every series we have a monthly rivals to post a clean lap and you complete that, 4 points. Simple. But with this series, we also have the monthly Horizon story. So, Drift Club has returned to Forza. So we're going to go straight over there. And we have the first chapter of Drift Club Mexico back in the slide again. Hello there, Robert.
Rob, is that you? Are you in Mexico?
It's him. Yes, you're a hard man to get in touch with.
Keeping me busy, Rob.
And we've loaded in, and they've randomly put us into a Horizon arcade. Really don't want to do that.
Meet me at the...
Right, I don't want to...
festival when you can.
Welcome back, Matt.
Well, the game's just completely broke. I want to go to Horizon Drift Club. I want to go and meet Robert in Forza Horizon 5. Back in the slide again is the first chapter. Got car mastery points. You know what? Yeah, we'll spend some of them because we can get some credits and a super wheel spin. We got a Ford Focus 03. I mean, I've already got one, so we're going to send that as a gift. Any of you watching might get that gift, so if you get that gift, then enjoy it. Right, message centre, we've got 6 things here. Some news. Okay, so they've changed some stuff around. Right, gifts. We've got 2 lovely super wheel spins. A Chevy Impala 96, I'll send that out as a gift, so if anyone gets that as well, enjoy. Right, so let's head over to Horizon Mexico and start the first chapter of the Drift Club. Definitely not tanking it off-road in a massive... Just... I'm not even questioning what I'm doing.
Recalculating route. In 400 yards, turn left.
Whilst we're off-road, we should probably keep in a lower gear so we actually have the engine power. Well, we've made it to
200 yards, turn left.
Horizon Mexico, where there's a lot of barrels.
200 yards, turn left.
Do we need to smash these barrels? Is that what this week's... Ah, it is. It is this week's collectible. Make Horizon Festival even more vibrant by smashing 25 paint barrels. Okay, that's cool. We'll do that at some other point though, because that's not what we're here for. We are here for the Horizon story, Drift Club Mexico. Now this is the first story I've actually done on video. I'm saving all the other stories for videos, but those are for a little bit further down the line. But here we are, Chapter 1, back in the slide again. Please tell everyone about Drift Club. We have meetings every Thursday. Extra tyres available if you need them. Oh, I totally forgot that Robert's Welsh.
There's only one Welshman I know who can handle a car like that.
Well, it's not a patch on your sideways skills, that's for sure.
Modest as always. So, what are we doing?
I need a third-party evaluation of the modifications to my Sprinter.
So just drift it down the runway. Let's go.
A nice show for the local drift club, just like back in the UK.
So along the runway we have got to get 50,000 drift points. I really don't like this car. I've got to drift this car for how many points? This car won't drift, it just spins. $10,000 points is easy enough to get, but 50,000 for the 3 stars is not going to be nice.
There we go, that's everything shaken out and warmed up. Feel free to keep going though. Head back to the top if you want another run. The temp on those tyres is coming up nicely.
I've got a
Keep at
limited
it.
amount of time, but I can go back to get more distance to drift along.
That really is the best way around a corner.
Actually, there is increasing acceptance of the value of lateral velocity in shortening a corner, even in more conventional racing contexts.
There you go, once you picked up speed, that's how you drift.
Speed too long.
That's how you drift. That is how you drift.
So, when's the grand opening of Drift Club Mexico?
Who told you about that?
You're too easy, Rob. Call me for the next one, you hear?
Finally did the first one, so that's 3 stars on that. So to continue the story, we've got to drive to the second location. And this has given us some nice accolade points as well.
For the thing.
Sure, Rob. Anything for not Drift Club Mexico.
Might as well destroy these paint barrels along the way.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 400 yards, turn right.
There we go. Gotta head over towards, as if we're going towards McMuller Hay, but...
Recalculating route. In 100 yards, turn sharp left. Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 400 yards, turn sharp left.
Right, let's stop and bank those points before we enter the Drift Club Chapter 2.
You have arrived at your destination.
So, Reservoir Drift. Drift the Sylvia Spec R around the reservoir. We get 150,000 points for 1 star, 200,000 for 2 stars, and 300,000 for the 3 stars. That's not going to be easy.
So,
Oh, that's a Nissan.
GTR.
That's not, yeah, it's a Nismo GTR.
One
I
of the
like
best
the Nismo.
drift platforms
Good
in
car.
the world. In my opinion, of course. Evidence for other opinions is welcome.
we've got a route. Right, let's see what this can do.
It's technical. Some very tight turns along the reservoir. Rear-wheel drive is perfect for this, though. Really tight set of corners come in.
Yeah, that was a really tight corner.
Stock, of course. This is all-wheel drive. And pricey. Usually you see them on the pro drifting circuit. Luckily, we had one knocking around the festival, so I had a look at it for you.
We nearly got the 2 star, but the 3 star is going to be a little bit tough and tight. We had a really great start, but
The GTR is famous as a modular platform, and that's not just because of the wheelbase and the organic grip. The VR38 DET engine is an exceptional starting point for a drift build.
just like with the first chapter, we've got to pick up a lot of speed. If we want that 300k, which is very close now.
The stock turbos can easily make 700 bhp. You need to build for that amount of power at both ends of the intake exhaust flow, of course.
This is very fun to
Final
drift.
analysis, not
But
a
I want to
cheap
stop
drift
and bank
platform,
that skill
but
chain before I cross that
definitely
line to end. So there's a lot of good points.
That's a good car. What's the next recruitment vehicle?
recruitment? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sure. Call me
Thanks for the fun, I guess, Robert. Ooh, we've come out and it's pretty much sunset. And we've also leveled up. So we're playing the wheel spin from that.
When you're over by the bridge, drop by.
So let's go and do the third one, I guess.
For you,
Right.
what?
Chapter 3,
slide
Jungle
right
Kick.
over
Formula Drift, the BMW 325i through the jungle mists. 200,000, 300,000, 450,000. God, that's... These points are getting a lot higher, a lot more quickly than I would like.
That's a 325. Very nice. Not stock though, right?
Not at all. Get in. I'll tell you as we go.
Need to pick up some speed before I really start drifting.
Rear-wheel drive, 6.2-litre V8 engine, developing 750 bhp. Custom camber for optimal entrance and exit angles. It's quite the piece of engineering.
Intriguingly, this actually shouldn't be as hard as I first thought, as the track is about a mile longer than the track that we had for Chapter 2. It's just whether or not I can control the car and drift it properly. But drift zones have always been one of my favourites. Nearly got that 1-star 200k, and it's just a case of pretty much doubling that score.
Alejandra said this was her first drift car. That makes sense. Abundant parts, reliable, and...
Decent car to use for your first drift car, I guess, actually. The off-roading is not helping, because when we're not on the road, we don't gain points.
So, this is an interesting technical challenge. Drifting uphill. The additional inertia is a very intriguing factor in how you achieve the optimal corner approach. Oh, if you're interested in how we calculate drift scores, it's about speed and angle in the drift. That means there's a maximum theoretical value for a straight
Whoa.
road, of course.
We're running out of
Excellent
time.
velocity management. That's absolutely at the top end of my projections.
We're running out of time. So there's a time limit as well. That makes things a little bit more difficult.
Rear-wheel drive, 6.2-litre V8 engine, developing 750 bhp. custom camber for optimal entrance and exit angles. It's quite the piece of engineering.
He was just telling us that the scores are calculated by speed and angle. So if we can maintain a bigger speed, we'll get the points up a lot more quickly.
Alejandra said this was her first drift car. That makes sense. Abundant parts, reliable, and easy to work on too.
So this is where we ended last time, with about the same score as what we've currently got. So going quicker, we've actually got the same score, but in much less time, but in the same distance of road, which is very useful to note.
Oh, if you're interested in how we calculate drift scores, it's about speed and angle in the drift. That means there's a maximum theoretical value for a stretch of road, of course.
Now got
lateral velocity
a little under a
management.
mile to
That's
get another sort
absolutely at the top end of my projections.
of 70,000 points? No. A bit more than that. Now got a little under half a mile. I have no idea if I've just banked the 3 stars or not. I think I did, just about.
Have a look at them. There's a bit of a reward for doing them all.
I'll take a look. Call me for the next one.
Right, before we move on to the second half, if we go and have a look at the stories, we're actually getting rewards for doing drift clubs, so... So if we head on all the way over to past the Eliminator, we've got the 4th one to do, which is even more points. I think they're going to get a little bit harder as they go along, pretty much, by the looks of it. We do also have a gift in a barn, but I'm sure we can go and get that afterwards. So, number 4. Canyon Curves. Drift the 2020 Supra 151 through the Copper Canyon. 200,000, 430,000, 600,000 points. That's going to be hard.
I thought we'd been focusing on the classics a little unfair.
This is going to be
This
is going to be a tough one.
The 2020 151 Formula Drift Supra. This is based on a 2020 Toyota GR Supra, modified by Papadakis Racing with approximately
Whoa, 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 whoa.
bhp. But higher baseline speed necessitates maintaining the drift at a greater lateral velocity.
Definitely. Didn't mean to go off the bridge there. All I'm saying is the time limit is making too much pressure. This car doesn't drift as well as some of the others, either.
The trick here, I find, is how faster cars need to balance forward
I hate how I
velocity
understand the
against
mechanics to
optimal
do with this drifting, because it's just inertia and
nicely.
angular momentum. And as an engineer, I definitely know all about that. I hate this corner, I really do.
This is a really tough corner. Be ready to functionally destabilize the rear.
Stopping drifting every so often just to restabilize your car is very useful.
There we go. That's us into the upper projection range.
I can't go through the tunnel because
Miss some lovely corners if you take it though.
I've got the time and I need the points. Another 100,000 in a mile, easy enough to do, especially on a road like this. And coming up to these next few corners as well, can definitely bank a few thousand. As we head up into the bridge as well, should be able to bank a few more thousand as well. Don't need to overachieve too much.
I'm topped out, but keep going for the,
For the leaderboards?
yes.
Keep going for the leaderboards? Yeah, we'll keep going for the leaderboards. Hopefully we'll bank that skill chain before we cross the line.
Bit more time. Tell me, do you like volcanoes?
What are you up to, Rob?
Nothing at all.
Alright, that's chapter 4 complete with 3 stars. Now I've just got to do 5 and 6. Simple enough. We're getting a decent amount of XP from each one, and we also get 1500 accolade points.
I've got a bit of a muscle car for you to look at. Drop by when you have a moment.
A drift.
Rigged muscle car. I'm on
Oh
my way.
no. I don't like muscle cars. Not really a fan of muscle cars. And for some reason the next chapter's not actually appeared on my map. It's showing me where it should be though, so if we port over there, if we use our fast travel, fingers crossed, we should be good. That's not where number 5 is. Okay, the game broke and has tried taking me to the wrong place. Right, number 5. Oh my god. Volcano Run. Muscle Drift, the Formula Drift Mustang down the volcano. 350,000, 850,000, 1 million. My record going up or down the volcano is 900,000. So I've never ever hit that 1 million mark. This is going to be a tough one to do.
That's the Formula Drift Mustang. Very nice.
It is. I told you this was a muscle drift, and we've got 6.9 miles of the nicest drift road I think I've ever seen to try it out on. Let's get cracking. We're dealing with a supercharged 5-litre V8, giving you a good centre of rotation, very slightly biased front, 900 bhp to push out the back. It takes some, pardon my jocularity, lateral thinking to build a good drift car out of a muscle platform. But I think this is a very competent attempt.
This is going to be quite a nightmare to do. But we have got 10 minutes in which we can do this. So if we take our time, use our time wisely, to build up power for each and every corner, they've given us slightly more than what the normal drift zone is. So in theory, that can make up the points deficit that I normally get that keeps me under that 1 million mark. Barely gone anywhere. We've got about a mile into this 7-mile stretch and we've already got 150,000 points. Quite a nice stretch of road for drifting, and this car isn't actually too bad at all. As you guys can see as well, I generally handle my drifts at the top end of second gear. A lot of people use gear shifting as well to help give the power for drifts, but it doesn't always work out for some reason in this game for me. But one thing as well that I might note for you guys is a lot of people like to turn off their traction control to help them drift. Again, as you can see, I have got my traction control on, and I'm still managing to drift just fine. Already clocking up nearly that 300,000 point mark, and we're not even 2 miles in.
Not bad for what's basically 1.5 tons of 2015 Mustang GT. Just wait until you see... No.
Right, this corner here is a good opportunity to get a lot of points.
It's all
Can't drift
downhill
if
from
we hit
here.
trees, you can say
I
that again.
mean that in the topographical sense. Watch the corners, though. Can't drift if we hit trees.
Already near the halfway point on score, and we are not near the halfway point on the distance. So if we lapse and we destroy a corner or end up having to use a straight to restabilise ourselves for 0.1, 0.2 miles, we can afford to lose some of that distance because we're still not at the halfway point along the track, and we've almost got 600,000 points, and we've got a lovely corner coming up where we might be able to clock up another nice 20k. As long as we can keep it on the road, we're good. We're halfway through the distance, 600,000 points in the clock. We've got to go for 1 million. I should think we might be able to over-exceed here and get 1.2 at a push. If not, 1.1 is definitely within reason. So we might need to restabilise here because we've lost some speed, making that drifting all the more harder. We have a lovely skill chain as well. We can bank that in a bit. Or we can just lose it. 41,000 times 5. It'd have been very nice. Nearing that 800k mark with still about a third of the track left. So we are still on track to potentially hit 1.2 million points. But I'm not going to force it.
Right on the projection. I think we can do better, though.
We can definitely do better than 850,000, mate. We're nearing that 1 million. We've got nearly 2 miles of track left. We've got 4 minutes left, so we're not doing too shabby for the time. Not here. So about a mile and a half left. We've nearly clocked that 1 million.
That's over 1 million drift points. That much tyre smoke must be visible from the city. I mean, if anyone was watching, which they're not.
Oh, some of these drifts that we're getting in on these bigger corners are absolutely gorgeous. Nearing that one. Oh, wait, no, we've smashed the 1.1 million. Who knows? Potentially we could get 1.25 mil. We're down to less than half a mile left, though. Can we clock up another sort of 100,000 points in that time and distance is the question. I reckon we probably can. Not quite. I'm going to stop just before the line so that I can claim those lovely, lovely skill points. And then we'll cross the line at 1.24 mil.
Okay, time to come clean. What are you planning?
Just a little something we've been working. Well, you can wait a bit longer.
You're no good at keeping secrets, Rob. You know that?
We absolutely smashed number 5 out of the park. We over-exceeded the 3-star by nearly 25%. Got a nice wheel spin to claim. Oh, brand new car that I've never had before, the 1969 Ferrari Dino. Very nice. Alright, I'm going to head over to Guanajuato for the 6th and final one. For some reason, the game is really wanting me to go down there again. But Rob's already said it's over at Guanajuato, so if we go and have a look. Drift Club Mexico. It's time for the grand finale to mark the arrival of Drift Club in Mexico with a glorious display of controlled oversteer around the streets and tunnels of Guanajuato with a little help from drift legend Von Gittin Jr. 25,000, 50,000 and 100,000. So this will be fun to do. So, thing is Von Gittin Jr. actually is a real life racer, and he normally uses the Ford Racing Mustang. So the fact that they've put him in the game for the 6th and final chapter of this is quite impressive. He actually won the Formula Drift Championship in 2020. So, this will be fun to do. And, surprise, surprise,
Yeah,
there it is.
Well, just the local
There's the
chapter
car.
of Drift Club Mexico. We thought we'd surprise you.
Well, there's more spectators than I expected for a secret club. Right, let's put on a bit of a show then.
Just turn it.
We're going to need to keep him first gear in Guanajuato.
Just go straight down the stairs. This is Mr. Kenneth Block's Hoonigan Gymkhana 10 Ford Focus RS RX. 2-litre turbocharged front-mounted engine and all-wheel drive. There's only the one seat, so I will be the voice in you ahead. Guanajuato has something of a drift culture, you know. The tunnels, the narrow streets, the cathedral square.
The roads are closed, right?
Oh, yes.
This is
Our
one weird
newest
route.
member Pablo organised it.
Well, I mean, we've already sunk the 100,000, so now we can just showboat, I guess, on the way to the line. Watch the walls, they're snaggy, you don't say.
Now follow the tunnels. Watch the walls. They're snaggy.
The sound of this engine through these tunnels is beautiful. We've nearly doubled the 3-star score.
Coming up on the end, and a peek at the future of drifting.
Well, well. Oh?
I've got a bit of a confession. You see, we've got another car for you to have a look at.
RTR Ford Mustang Mach-E
Is that what I
1400.
think it is? The RTR Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400, the first fully electric.
So
drift
that
and
bit
Gymkhana
just
platform.
wasn't even the part where we actually were being tested for our score.
This car was customised by drift legend and engineering wizard Mr. Vaughan Gitton Jr. and the fine people at RTR. Why? To answer that age-old question, what is the future of controlled oversteer?
Yo,
What's up, Rob? Looks like you two
they
are having a
actually
lot
got
of fun
Vaughan
in that car.
Gitton Jr. to actually do voice lines for
Vaughan
this.
is quite a piece of work. Could I perhaps press you for
That's
your
impressive.
impressions working on it?
Fair play.
Getting behind the wheel of the Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400 completely changed my perspective on what power and torque can be. Together, my team at RTR Vehicles and Ford Performance spent over 10,000 hours working
I was going to say, for
collaboratively on
an
this
electric
to bridge
car,
the gap between what
this
people
does an
believe
half handle
electric car can
beautifully.
do and what it can actually do. Turns out it is well beyond my wildest expectations. The Mustang Mach-E 1400 uses 7 motors, 3 on the front differential and 4 on the rear, giving us 1,400 horsepower so we can do anything from drifting to high-speed track racing. Every piece of aero and every duct you see is
The
functional.
aerodynamics
for
are
aerodynamics and
spectacular.
cooling. This car makes 2,300 pounds of downforce at 160 miles per hour. Ford has made it clear that they are bringing fun and function to the battery electric vehicle space, and this is just the start. I've watched even the most seasoned vets turn into giggly little kids behind the wheel and in the passenger seat of this wild machine. So, mission accomplished.
We're almost at the end, but as you've noticed, we've been running in all-wheel drive.
this
mode
still
with
isn't the
all
last
7
part.
motors. So, for the next bit, let's try something different.
That was the all-wheel drive mode, as you can see down the bottom right there, with the speedometer. You can change from all-wheel drive
That
to rear-wheel
was
drive in this
all-wheel
car.
drive. The motor layout allows
So now-
you to change drivetrain essentially at the push of a button.
Let's switch it to rear-wheel drive.
So, just toggle it over from all-wheel drive into rear-wheel drive, shutting down the front motors, and then off we go. The fastest drivetrain swap.
We need to pick up some
ever
speed
done.
before we can start drifting. Driving this in rear-wheel drive is not going to be as easy as the first 2 stages were. And we're still going to get 100,000 points. Oh, this car is really unwieldy.
Nice right-left opportunity ahead. Careful as you manage the inertia transfer.
This is definitely the final part though.
Very hard left, then right, then sideways into the tunnel.
I really hate rear-wheel drive sometimes. We're nearly at 80,000. Nearly at 90,000.
Ahead you, and we're heading for where we started.
Got to pick up some speed to get the last few thousand points before we hit that finish line with 100,000 points. Maybe we can overachieve. 105,000, 107,000, 110,000.
On
Smooth.
behalf
Done.
of Drift Club Mexico, as well as RTR and Ford Performance, let me thank you for this show of the noble art of intentional oversteer. So, we thought you might like to keep the Mach-E.
I get to keep the Mach-E.
That's
Yes.
amazing. But wait, won't Vaughn want it back though?
Oh, this is an exact duplicate of his. Let's just say
I actually get to
I'm a bit
keep
acceptable too.
Vaughn getting Junior's Mach-E. Yes. And we got 110,000 when we only needed 100,000. You know what? Drift Club coming to Mexico has actually been pretty fun. So if we go and have a look now, complete the Drift Club Mexico chapter of Drift Club Mexico, you get the Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400. Then if you do 3 stars on all chapters, you get the Drift Club race suit and the Drift Club race helmet with a lot of accolade points from doing all of that. But I mean, that is a beautiful car. That is honestly a beautiful car. And we'll go to Hall of Fame as well. I've also done one, complete all possible branches in the single Horizon story. Go and have a look at the car collection. We have that lovely new 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400. But that was Forza Horizon 5 Series 6, the Drift Club Mexico. So with that in mind, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it informative, enjoyable, and fun to watch. I know it's a bit of a longer one, but I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.